Now that we are well into our quarantine and our social distancing, I'm noticing a few things about those of us who have taken the time to build real fan bases and communicate regularly versus those of us who took shortcuts or who didn't focus on this. What's predictable is we don't have answers, and we're not going to have answers for quite some time about when can we get back into music venues, when can we start performing live, will it be safe to go back on the road. And those questions aren't going to get answered fast, and I don't think we're going to get back to business as usual for quite some time. But there is something that you can do right now. I really do believe that this is an opportunity time. And the reason why it's an opportunity time is people are more exposed than ever. People are in pain. People are feeling the frustration of not knowing the answers. None of us know exactly what the future is going to hold, but we certainly do know this. If we have connected crowds, tribes, fan bases, whatever it is you like to call them, we're going to have an easier time than those of us that do not have a connected fan base right now. It is never too late to start building your fan base or strengthening the one that you have. And the reason why strengthening is crucial right now is because people are hurting. People are confused. People are overwhelmed. People don't like living in the I don't know. And this global pandemic has forced us all into the space of I don't know. I don't know when tours are going to get back on the road. I don't know when music venues are going to open up again. I don't know when anything is going to feel like normal back out on the streets. But I do know that a little bit of kindness and a little bit of connection is going to take you very, very far. So, for those of you that don't have a giant mailing list and didn't take the time to really build your fan base, now is a time where you can get onto social media, whichever channel you like, and you can begin to strengthen relationships one at a time. All it takes is paying attention. Pay attention to what people are saying and respond with a kind word, with a real comment, with some actual empathy towards what you're seeing. If you've got a mailing list that you have only been really promoting to or talking to because you've got a show coming or a new record or album or EP or single, stop doing that. Just reach out to your mailing list, no matter how small it is or no matter how old it is, and ask, how are you doing? How can I help? Ask yourself, how can I serve? I know this is kind of communication 101, but I have noticed a tremendous amount of response when I just act from a place of empathy and giving instead of a place of marketing and promotions. And when we go into a place of fear or a place of the unknown or a place of the desperation that feels like it's coming up when we don't actually know, will the people on the other end of this line have any money? Will they care? Will they listen? That is when turning that paradigm on its head is really important. So instead of worrying about, will they listen? Will it be okay if I release music? And absolutely, yes, it will be okay. But it will only be okay if you take the time and the energy and the effort to really check in with your crowd, your tribe, your fan base, however you want to call it, and ask them, how are they? Respond if someone's in pain. Respond if someone is confused. Respond if someone is going through a mental health challenge. And these isolating times, with a barrage of terrible news absolutely brings up a feeling of sadness, which you can address because you're making music, you're making solace, you're making a possible voice that they can hear for comfort. So I invite you to take a tiny step. Email your list. Don't promote, don't market, don't push your next thing. Just email them from a space that feels right for you. If funny, dry witted humor is your thing, come from that place. If sharing a story that's really emotional is your thing, come from that place. But communicate in a more deep way than you ever have before. And when people respond to you, take the time to respond back. And you will be well on your way to a new and a deeper relationship with your fan base during this time. Okay, so now let's talk about releasing music. I absolutely think that this is a very important time to release your music, and you should release music and not wait. Again, with all of the unknown, we don't know how long it's going to take for everything to get back to normal. So you definitely want to keep, if you feel up to it, putting your music out into the world. And I'll go to an old adage, which is, what is the definition of insanity? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So in the past, if you've put out music and you've been very much a one-way bullhorn towards your fan base, hey, I've got something new, hey, check it out, hey, come pre-save my stuff, hey, that kind of approach. Turn it back and try what I'm talking about throughout this entire recording, which is first connect with your fan base in a deeper way, then go ahead and begin to put music out. Do it differently this time. Take the time to really get to know, even if it's just 20 of your people. Reconnect with them, recheck in with them, and you will have a different outcome when you go to release music. And of course, you should do all of the things that you used to do, whatever was working for you in the past, continue. But do it with a more mindful approach. And definitely take the time to stop promoting for a minute before you press the recharge, restart, reboot, re-release button. That's my best advice for you during this time. I would love to hear how it's going. Please do find me wherever you like to eat on social media. I am at CyberPR on all channels. And I wish you a new paradigm shift in your artistic creation and in your artist journey. Because right now, we are definitely all in this together. And this is a poignant time to really take stock and move forward in a way that is new.